cannot see Krishna, you cannot smell Krishna, you cannot touch Krishna, but you can hear Krishna. You can hear Krishna, I am repeating. So all of you, whether you have seen or not, that is not the point. Because many people had seen Krishna in the past, but because they didn't have devotion, they could not appreciate him as God and they wanted to kill him. Whether it was Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Ravan, Shishupal, Karna, Duryodhan, everyone. So seeing is not important, Prabhupada said. Hearing is important. So all of you have a chance to hear Krishna. If I say how many want to see Krishna, millions of people will be ready. And if you say how many wants to hear Krishna, no one wants to hear. But the way of spiritual realization or spiritual understanding is by hearing. So this is one article which had also come in the BTG. So there are two options. You all can see in the screen. Those who are not able to see, then they can come on this side. Krishna exists or Krishna doesn't exist. These are the two options, right? So what happens to a non-devotee and what happens to a devotee? So devotee, like all of us, we are practicing bhakti, we are chanting and all. And if Krishna exists, we go back to God. If Krishna doesn't exist, suppose we are not soul or the God is not there, then everything ends just like non-devotees. What Prabhupada said was very important. When Prabhupada was asked by a reporter, what if Krishna is not there? आप लोग के भी मन में होगा ना, शायद कृष्ण नहीं हुए तो. Prabhupada said, even if Krishna is not there, still we will be chanting, dancing, feasting. Why? He said, we are leading a better life than the non-devotees. Sample dekhkar aaye, 10 items were there in the lunch. So we are enjoying more than the Karmis. If you go in South Indian restaurant, they give you this much sambar in a small cup and this much chutney. They don't serve you second round. Yes, we get unlimited. So Prabhupada said, even if Krishna doesn't exist, still we do bhakti. Why? Because that's the perfect way. And if Krishna exists, Prabhupada said to this reporter, where you will go? So that comes in this line. If a non-devotee practices Krishna bhakti, doesn't practice Krishna bhakti, then he goes into the repeated cycle of birth and death. And if he has done a lot of sinful activities, he may go to hell also. And if non-devotee doesn't practice and Krishna doesn't exist, for him also everything becomes easy. In India, everyone, Prabhupada says, even a sweeper on the street, Prabhupada says, although he or she may be illiterate, they accept Atma, they accept Karma, they accept some kind of worship of some Devi Devta. That is inherent in all Indians, Prabhupada said. How many of you are worshipping some kind of demigods like Shiva, Ganeshji, Hanumanji, Hath uthaiye? Everyone, right? So worship was already there in some form or other. Now we have to understand the position of Krishna. So this chart is clear to everyone, if Krishna exists or doesn't exist. So one devotee asked Radhanath Maharaj, we are chanting, we are hearing to the class, we are doing this yatra, and so many things. And what happens if Krishna cheats us in the end of the life? मट्टी लाइफ में देखते हैं ना, लड़की भाग जाती है. Many times it happens. So don't get into anxiety. Come to and meet our Baldev Shakti Prabhu. He's sitting there. He will guide you in the Brahmacharya ashram. Okay. People get very much stressed out. So you should not get stressed out. You should understand it's Krishna's arrangement. Okay. So another aspect is that don't be in anxiety. You should be, as Krishna conscious as possible. You can have the next slide. Okay, so now everyone, write cycle. So there are two pictures of this cycle, we all can see. So I often say in my program that Krishna, if he wants, he can give his devotees Mercedes car also, BMW also. I can see many smiling faces. They are feeling, Prabhuji, Tathastu, your words come true. But there is small problem in that. If you get Mercedes Benz and BMW bike and car, then most probably you will not be sitting in our class. You will be taking someone for a ride. Right? So Krishna arranges only bicycle for all of you. So now bicycle means there are two bicycles. One is completely not taken care and completely in the bad shape. Another is well taken care of. You can relate to it. Now please understand this will come to our life also. Can I have next slide? Ah. How many of one like to be this one? 6 packs. And how many would like to be the left one, eating and becoming bulky? So look, just like how you maintain your cycle, you can maintain your body also, right? So how you deal with your body you will become like that. So exercises and other things is recommended. Next, this is applicable mainly for your mind. Most crucial, most important for which you are here. Many people think that okay, why we need to control our mind. Number one killer in this world and number one disease in this world, according to WHO, World Health Organization, is not cancer, is not AIDS. It is stress, mental anxiety, and everyone has that. And when it increases, it causes 470 suicides per day in India, in Punya Bhumi. Please note this. This is what mind, when you call it as enemy, can do. 470 आत्महत्या भारतवर्ष, right? So this is, if you don't control the mind can go to such an extreme extent of finishing a person. Next. So the main reason for our mind, to get into agitation and distraction is, now 300 years, 330 years of Mughal Empire, 90 to 200 years of British rule, they all wanted to destroy India's culture, but they were never able to do it. Although they tried a lot. Britishers did a lot of damage to Indian culture, Mughals did, they destroyed the temples, deities, so many things. They killed the Brahmanas. What they could not do in 300 years, they could not do in 90 or 200 years. But the same thing has been successfully done by the television. Because television entered each home and propagated the Western culture. And what television could not do in 40 years, last 10 years, mobile has done. Right? How many of you agree to this? Please raise your hands. You are with me? Please understand, the culture is so important. The culture is what we are. Otherwise, without culture, we are just becoming like animals. We'll discuss that. Okay, next. So this is some statistics, what mobiles are doing to people. So favorable and unfavorable. So if we have mobile, but if you don't know the proper use, I'm just going to run through the whole thing. 40% of teens lose sleep to the screens. Among 10, 4 people are not able to sleep because they are always on mobile. Next, 50% students delay their studies for reels. Just they are on mobile. Means among 2, if we are like 80 people in this room, 40 people are affected. They are, postponing their studies. Next, 55% students lose academic drive. Means they don't desire to study. Why? Mobile. Thanks to it. Okay. Next. 60% of teens can't stop scrolling. They keep on scrolling. Everyone is addicted to scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Okay, next. 65% of heavy users feel lonely. Why? Because they are always with mobile. They are not with people. If you are depressed, you are tension, you are frustrated, you need some person. You don't need mobile. Mobile can't catch your hand. Mobile can't put your hand on your shoulders. Mobile can't personally discuss with you. It can only give you a message on chat GPT. You need people, not just messages on chat GPT. You all agree? Okay? Before we go ahead, I heard one time from Garam Prabhu. So, one person used to come for class and he would come and sleep every time. So, the Kathakar was very much fried out because of him. So, he would say, as soon as he would enter, he would say, Aage. And then, as soon as he would come and sit, he would say, Baith gaye. the speaker would say, tell him sarcastically, and then he would sleep. Then he would not listen to any of the lecture. Then when he would be going, then he would say, "Ja rahe ho?" So he would only remember these three words because in the class he would sleep. आ गए, बैठ गए, जा रहे. So one time he was sleeping in his house and a thief entered and he remembered the class and he said loudly, "आ गए." So the thief got scared. He just sat underneath a window and he said, "बैठ गए." So he got scared that he can see me. So he started running off and he said, "जा रहे हो?" So he said, "Arey Baba, this house I cannot enter at all. This person in sleep also is able to see." So like that, I wanted to tell all of you all after having such a nice lunch, आ गए, बैठ गए, अंधेरा हो गया, सो गए. So next, 70% of teen panic without their phones. People can survive with anything but not without their phones. Phones is a must now. Okay, next. 80% of heavy users get eye strain. Naturally, Papa, holding the mobile, I'm just giving you statistics to know all these things. Although you listen to all these things and after the class and between the class also you'll do the same thing only. Anyone wants to take notes, that's a separate thing. But at least you should know that this is happening. There's all research being done and I'm just giving you your information. Okay, next. 90% of family relationships suffer because of mobiles. Everyone wants to be alone with the mobile because mobile, doesn't respond back like a brother, sister, father, mother. They don't give us any service. Father or mother may tell us, "Arey, beta, ye le aao, wo le aao." So that's why people like to spend more time with mobile. Okay, next. So what happens when we spend so much time with mobile and an average with all of you all? 8 hours is the minimum screen time. Average, huh? इसका मतलब 1/3 of your day goes with mobile. 8 hours they say we should sleep, but 8 hours people are using mobile. So with 8 hours of mobile, please understand we are putting certain informations, certain pictures, certain images, certain videos which keeps on coming, right? And all those things slowly and gradually become some kind of desire. Just like when you scroll, so you keep on scrolling till the time you like that video, and when you like that video, you see for a few seconds, and then you continue on scrolling. So what you hold that is what you like, and that is what you want to put the images in your mind, right? And one wrong image, one wrong desire states that 1 minute of lust, anger, or greed can destroy decades of hard work. Please understand, these are all facts, these are all reality. I know people who are working in big organizations and they did small mistake and they were thrown out of their jobs. They served the organization for 20 years, 30 years. 30 साल काम किया लेकिन एक दिन गलती कर दी, पैसा गबन कर दिया, out. You all can understand, सबको समझ में आ रहा है ना? You can't afford to, steal money or do anything which can be, harmful. And it comes, lust, greed, anger is like momentary. Those who are professors in IIT, professor in IIT, IIT means that's the top number institute in all over Asia. Those are professors in IIT, they are at least PhD scholars, then only you become professor in IIT. These professors, when they do some mistake with some student, they are also thrown out, although they are so highly educated. So that means 1 minute of inattentiveness can destroy your career. How many of you agree to this? Mante hai na bhaiya, you're with me. I know, it's difficult to manage after eating 10 items, but they gave me the slot and they gave you the slot and 4 o'clock we are supposed to leave. So just try to manage with me. Okay, next. So basically there has been a lot of questions coming about on lust from the last 2 days. So Gita says, Dhyayato. If you contemplate on this, then the lust will come. Attachment comes and then lust comes. Suppose this is some object, attractive object. If you see, if you think about it, if you meditate, then this will become a lust. Otherwise, if you just ignore it, then you don't get much distracted. We used to preach in the hostels. So in hostels, they would keep big photographs, just like you have big photographs of Radha Vrindavan. They would keep photographs of girls. They would not do arti, but the worship is there. You say, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in worship. But we are attracted to the film stars, cricket stars, and we, have attraction to them. So, if we can think that how we can avoid contemplating on wrong things. So, mobile is the one gadget which gives very easy comfort for contemplating on negative things. And we know what all things are there on mobile. Now, Prabhupada says in his purport, now I want you all to please participate and give a response to this. By default, anyone will think of two things, woman and wealth. Without endeavoring, बिना मेहनत किए आप सिर्फ दो चीजों के बारे में सोचोगे, woman and wealth. I told you about screen time. Look there. See, in samadhi, fully absorbed. This is what happened. 8 hours. Classic example. So, women and wealth. अरे आजा भैया 2 मिनट आजा भाई, बाद में कर लेना. 4 बजे लेक्चर बंद हो जाएगा, फिर 10 बजे पहुंचेगा बॉम्बे, 6 घंटा मिलेगा, आजा बैठ, 10 मिनट कथा सुन ले, थोड़ा पुण्य मिलेगा. So, women and wealth, Prabhupada said, by default we will be thinking. How many of you agree? सच सच बोलिए. By default दिमाग में आ जाता है ना. So, 5 things we need to be alert while dealing with the opposite gender. So that will come next. Because everything starts with the mind, so we should know how to monitor the mind. Just like there is one department, which is psychiatric department, which deals with controlling the mind. And unfortunately, the maximum suicide which happens is in psychiatric department only. I spoke to psychiatric doctor also, because I am from temple, on a friendly basis I told. I said, it's a universal principle. Jaisa sang, vaisa rang. So I said, you meet throughout the day crazy people, you don't become crazy? Tell me honestly. I am a devotee, don't, say lies. He said, yes, it affects me. Then I said, what do you do? They said, I stop seeing the patients. So this psychiatric doctor himself said, meeting all the crazy people, I become crazy. So why there is maximum suicide in psychiatric department? Because all crazy people come and say, I want to commit suicide. I want to commit suicide. I want to commit suicide. So the doctor becomes very inspired. You leave. I will only commit suicide. So we should know that, okay, someone may have mental problem, he needs psychiatric help, we should go ahead. We don't disagree with that. But we should also know that along with that, in our day-to-day basis, unless until it's extreme problem, we reach out to psychiatrists. Otherwise, in our daily basis, we should understand who has created the mind. Body means, there is hospitals all over Bombay from Virar to Churchgate or till Kalyan or for body. But mind is only one department, psychology and psychiatry. And body, whatever happens, people don't commit suicide. Please note this. This is a very important point. Body mein, someone gets a fracture, or someone gets hurt, or someone gets a bypass surgery. People don't jump out of the building. Means body, whatever happens, they tolerate. But anything happens in the mind, they don't tolerate. They commit suicide. Break in love affair, body is fit, they will suicide. They will commit suicide. Exam failure, they will commit suicide. Stock exchange crash, they'll commit suicide. That means what? Body is fit. Problem is in the mind. So what is more important, body or mind? Mind. Everyone agrees? Yes. Okay. So mind needs more attention than body. Fine? Yes. You're all with me? Yes. Okay. Now, who has created the mind? Simple. If I want this mobile to be repaired, right? So if it is from Samsung or if it is iPhone, it's Apple, I just go to the company, give to them because they have created. Who has created mind? Mind has been created by Krishna. Bhumirapo nal vayu ham mano buddhi revacha. I have created the mind. So he says how to control the mind. Now we are talking about things favorable for spirituality. So if we know the science of controlling the mind, then wherever we are, we can remain happy. And if we don't know the science, wherever we are, we will be miserable. It is not the environment, it is your own mindset. In the month of July, in IIT Kharagpur, one of the students committed suicide. How many know this news? Okay, 3 or 4 of you, 4 5 you. And this was the 4th suicide this year, right? So this means what? Person entering IIT is quite intelligent, right? But because of the stress, because of the failure which he can't handle, he has committed suicide. So mind is very crucial, and how the mind can be controlled is explained in 35 and 34 and 35 also, the 6th chapter. This was quoted by Ananda Prabhu also, Chanchala Imana Krishna. So there are 4 aspects to it, how you can control the mind. Before that, if I tell any one of you, there is one mad person in Pune, एक पागल है, and you can please take him home and take care of him. एक पागल है पुणे में. Pune also I think there is mental hospital, I suppose. So one mad person is there. How many of you will be willing to take him home? रोहन खड़ा हो गया, लेके जाएगा? हाँ? नहीं तो उत्साह में खड़ा हो गया, तो मैं लेके जाता हूँ. No one will take the mad person, right? और mad person को देख के हम भी दूर हो जाएंगे. I was in a train, and this, this lady was mad, and without any reason she just slapped the, the male person, the husband, बिना बात के, था. So the husband also got crazy. He also slapped, and there was crying scene and all without reason. That is what mad people do, right? Prabhupada says we all have mad mind. Please note, जिनको नींद आ रहा है, पागल मन है आपका. तो you all know दिल तो पागल है, सबने मूवी देखा है, पर आपको ये नहीं मालूम था कि मन भी पागल है. And the mind, it is mad in such a way that it can attack and finish you also. This is what mind is. And we all are going through some amount of tension, stress, pressure because of the mind. So we should know how much pressure we can handle. So pressure is needed. If we tell you, okay, you have to play cricket with Sachin Tendulkar, you say, no sir, not interested. They can take a photo, but we are not no match to Sachin Tendulkar. Or if I call a 4-year boy and say, "Iske saath khelo," no, this is also too young. I can't play with him also. I need IYS group. So we need stress, which we can handle positively. Not too much, not too less, right? If too less means we become lazy. Too much we become crazy. Okay. So the way Krishna says 4 points. Those who have mobiles and those who take notes, you can take notes on this point. One is chanting in humility, hearing Vedic literatures. Second, third is eating only prasadam, and fourth is keeping yourself engaged. This 34 and 35 verse, which was discussed, Abhyas Yena Tu Pante, explains these 4 ways to control the mind. Chanting, hearing, prasadam, and keeping yourself fully engaged. So, association is something which is most crucial for all of us. All of you all understand anything or not in this class? Understand, remember one thing. I should throughout my life remain in association. संग में रहना चाहिए. How many of you liked the Pune trip? 2 days का अच्छा लगा? You know, there were brahmacharis who are all engineers, professionals and all, and this whole temple has been run by Radhesham Prabhu, who is himself a IITian. They are organizing such facilities for all of you all, you know, just to serve all of you all, to give you a taste of spirituality, you know, at a very, very minimum rates. So basically, accept one concept, that one thing you should not do is leave association. You may not be able to chant, accept it. You may compromise on any of the rules, accept it. But don't leave association. Regularly come in association. If you come regularly in association, the power of association is that it will transform you completely. It's only a matter of time. Okay, next. So, being with Krishna means being with someone who has a love of 1 million, you know, millions of mothers. You know, how much our mothers love us. So multiply that love millions of times. That is Krishna's love. And all of you must be concerned and thinking, how I will manage my life further? Will I get job? Will I get money? You know, we are all sons of Krishna. Who is Krishna? Bhagwan. You know, if Mukesh Ambani's son comes and tells Dad, Daddy, will I get lunch and dinner today? Daddy will say, nonsense. You know, you are supposed to inherit millions of dollars property. You know, multi-millionaire you are. What you are asking for lunch and dinner? Right? So Krishna is telling, Arey Baba, all of you are supposed to come to spiritual world. Enjoy with me. Eternally. What you are asking for, dal, chapati, sabji, I will send you 10 course feast. Unlimited. You know. So, not only that, but till the time you are in this body, Krishna will make all arrangements so that you remain peacefully and happy in this body. I can tell you that. Why? Because I practiced 30 years in spirituality. So after 30 years, शायद आप लोगों को कई लोग का एज भी नहीं होगा. आपका कितना एज है? 15, 16. So, what's your age? Double the age I spent in Krishna consciousness. So with that experience, I am telling you, Krishna will provide everything. Just try to be with devotees, try to practice little bit bhakti. You know, they will inspire you and encourage you to do it. Just like when you are in local Bombay trains. You know, if you have to, you know, board the train or if you have to come out the train, what you have to do is be with the crowd. बस बीच का डंडा ध्यान रखना. If you are with the crowd, they will take you out also and take you in also. You don't have to worry about it. Just like Radhanath Maharaj says, people rush into our, you know, Indian trains as if there is Kohinoor diamond inside. And people come out as if they have seen a poisonous cobra inside. So, Radhanath Maharaj, when there was, you know, cricket was very prime, and they had put up this board that Sachin, cricket is our religion and Sachin is our God. So as soon as you speak about Radhanath Maharaj, then personal servants manifest. So, Sachin, cricket is our religion and Sachin is our God. They had put up the board. So Maharaj read that and he said, I don't know about cricket, but definitely Sachin Nandan is our God. So Maharaj was asked by one chess player, Maharaj, you are a foreigner and you got attracted by Krishna. The chess player asked Maharaj, you are a foreigner and you got attracted by Krishna? So Maharaj said, your black king, you know, checkmated a white pawn. A black king, the Raja ने pawn पे checkmate किया, मतलब मुझे foreigner को. So basically, we should know that Krishna will give you millions of times benefit of what you are doing here. Everyone knows about stock exchange. Stock exchange you get double, 5 times, 10 times. What you are doing in bhakti will get you benefit how much times? Million times. The whole world is crazy and they are entering stock exchange. कि उनको double benefit हो 5 times, 10 times, whatever. Yeah, at least some percentage, 15-20% of what they have put. But here you are going to get millions of times, and there are two pastimes which clearly states that any devotee, now you people are sitting here hearing to Harikatha, you people are getting millions of times to benefit. One is in chapter 11, the story of fruit vendor. You know, the fruit vendor comes, there was barter system. We all know the story that Krishna ran with grains and all, and the whole basket was filled with jewels. Prabhupada says, when you are dealing with Krishna, you are not the loser. You are going to gain millions of times. In the pastime of Sudama, 80 chapters, Krishna book, he came with what? क्या लाया था? Poha. And return what he got? A full palace. Right? So, there also Prabhupada says, if you serve Krishna, you get millions of times. And that definitely means spiritually, because whatever spirituality we do, because of that, we will get a chance to enter the spiritual world and we can eternally live there and be happy ever after. Okay, next. So, a devotee doesn't stay in heaven or hell, he stays always with Krishna. What we are giving an opportunity is to enter Vaikuntha, to enter spiritual world, staying in Bombay. And the Bhagavatam affirms this. Only thing is you need to practice to some extent. People in Bombay, they have so much of wealth. You know, in one evening they spend 50 lakhs, 1 crore. 50 lakhs to 1 crore. And that's maybe our saving for whole life to get a flat. But that much they spend every evening. That much money they have. So people have that much opulences. Similarly, by spiritual practices, you can also enter Vaikuntha. Prabhupada said, my temples are Vaikunthas. And the consciousness is also Vaikuntha. Sometimes people have always fighting consciousness. Sometimes people have spiritual consciousness. Fighting to malum hai na? Like you meet someone and starts arguing, discussing, fighting and always. Similarly, one can have spiritual consciousness also. Next. So 3 things: association, morning chanting, and if you don't offend devotees, you can always maintain your spiritual life. So those who are chanting 1 or 2 rounds or 7 rounds, whatever, so please continue chanting and remain in association, and don't offend devotees. Don't criticize or say negative word people. You know, especially the Vaishnavas like that. Next. So this is 3 purports which has been explained. Since we are running short of time, we can just run through. Next also. Next one. Okay, so 4 things Prabhupada says you can be happy. One is chanting, prasadam, reading books and doing deity worship in association. Prabhupada says in Bhagavad Gita 13 chapter 12 verse that you can be happy if you do these things. So it's not very difficult. If you just do these things, you can remain wherever you are and you can be happy. You know, in the world full of anxiety, you know, you can remain happy by just doing this simple thing. Next. So, how many of you have seen a house where, you know, in the front of the courtyard, there is a, you know, a kind of place where tulsi is kept? कितने लोग ने देखा? Almost सब लोग ने देखा, right? What is the reason? Because tulsi is worshipped in our tradition, in our Vedic culture. Just by seeing tulsi, your sins are destroyed. That's why it was kept in the center of the house. 10 times you go in, 10 times you come out. Just by seeing, your sins are destroyed. What to speak of touching, what to speak of watering, what to speak of paying obeisances, what to speak of doing arti, planting or taking a leaf and offering at the lotus feet of the Lord. The Skanda Puran and all the Puranas describe that just by doing all these things you can get pure love of God. So make this point in your life that from tomorrow onwards everyone will water tulsi. सब लोग कर सकते हैं ना? Right? So निरंतर नाम लो, करो तुलसी सेवन. आचिराते पापे तब कृष्ण रचन. That very soon you will attain Krishna if you just do 2 things. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Just chant and you serve tulsi by just putting water. You know. So by these 2 things also you can attain perfection. Right? Next. So you will be, Prabhupada says in his purport, if you start the process, you will be forcibly dragged to success. फोटो देख लीजिए कैसा खींच के लेके जा रहे हैं। देख माला किया ना, पूना में आया था ना, 1 राउंड 2 राउंड करके प्रसाद खाया ना, अभी भगवत धाम तो लेके जाऊंगा। सो दैट इज कृष्णा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। सो इट सेज सही भक्त धन्य न छाड़े प्रभुर चरण, सही प्रभु धन्य न छाड़े निज जन। मीन्स वो devotee is glorious who doesn't leave the Lord, and the Lord is glorious who doesn't leave his devotee. Durdev sevak yadi yaya anasthane, if your mind gets bewildered and you go leaving Krishna anywhere, say Thakur Dhanya Tara Chudi Dharani. So if you go somewhere else leaving Krishna, that Thakur, that Krishna, Radha Vrindavan Chandra धन्य है, आपको पकड़ के लेकर आए। You know, so just remain with devotees, practice little bit whatever you can. Devotees will inspire you and encourage you to do bhakti, and till the time you are in this body, you will get the best of association, best of life, best of yatras, best of prasadam, best of sangha, best of kirtan, you know, best of dancing, everything you will get best of best. And when you leave, you go to the spiritual world, highest place, right? So with this, we hold the class, and do we have time for questions? Yes. Okay. So, anyone has any questions? We can switch on the lights now. So, before you have questions, I have got questions for you all. भगवत धाम जाने का टिकट है. What is the price of a ticket? एक एक करके बोले. Chanting. और कोई? एसोसिएशन, हाँ, डिवोटी एसोसिएशन, और कोई? हाँ, नो ऑफेंसेस, और कोई? 16 राउंड्स. भगवत धाम जाने का टिकट, प्रभुपाद सेज इन फर्स्ट कैंटो, फर्स्ट चैप्टर, आदि लीला, 56 वर्स. यू शुड हैव ईगरनेस टू अचीव. उत्सुकता होनी चाहिए. Just like people are greedy to make more and more money, similarly we should be eager to go back to Godhead. Then whatever you all said, chanting, association, no offense, you know, all these things does exist. Okay. What is one quality which Krishna is expecting from all of us? टिकट का याद रखिएगा. भगवत धाम जाना है तो उत्सुकता, आतुरता, eagerness करना. They want to collect the bags? Okay. So what is one quality when Krishna wants from all of us is submissiveness, namrata. So that is the only thing Radhanath Maharaj often says that pleases the Lord. So if we are just remain humble and do it. And if you see our temple, our temple is Radha Gopinath temple. How many of you been there in Radha Gopinath temple? So our temple is in line. You know, there is first Babulnath, Shiv worship, demigod worship. Then there is Gopinath, Krishna worship. At the end there is Shambhunath, Panwala, sense gratification. So don't go searching for it. Prabhuji ne pravachan mein bola. The point I am trying to tell you is that there was one medical student and he just prepared last 1 month in the exam, and then he gave the medical exam and he understood that I can't pass just by my endeavor. Every day for 3 months he went to Babulnath and he poured milk and prayed, pass kara do, pass kara do. 3 months continuously. Result came, he passed. Then in the night he got a doubt. Tomorrow I shall go. Should I go to Babulnath or no? I went for 3 months regularly, and now after passing, Lord Shiva will say, what a nalaik fellow is this is. He didn't came at all to thank you. So again he went with a pot of milk, and he said, every day I was praying for same thing for 3 months, pass kara to pass. What should I pray now, because I am already passed? Then he prayed, whatever you like the best, give to me. He prayed only for 1 day. And as soon as he came out of Babulnath, he found some devotees and he entered and he became a devotee and is a counselor in Radha Gopinath temple. Vishwarup Prabhu from Bhakti Hospital. So even if you ask, you know, from the demigods, what are best you like, give to me, then you will come to Krishna consciousness, this place of satsang. Okay? So with this we'll end. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
So we are very, very thankful to Haribol Ananda Prabhu for giving a wonderful class to all of you.